As we age, the connection between what we eat and how we feel becomes more noticeable. For older adults managing blood sugar, joint pain, or cardiovascular concerns, even a single meal can influence how steady energy feels, how well digestion flows, and how easily we move through the day. One of the most powerful dietary allies in this process is often overlooked, but deeply impactful: omega-3 fatty acids. Found in fatty fish, flax seeds, walnuts, and certain plant oils, omega-3s are essential fats that the body can't produce on its own. They must be obtained through food, and when they are, they work behind the scenes to calm inflammation, support heart rhythm, protect blood vessels, and help the body use insulin more effectively. This makes them especially valuable for older adults who may be struggling with insulin resistance, elevated triglycerides, or chronic low-grade inflammation, issues that quietly chip away at quality of life. But getting enough omega-3s doesn't have to involve supplements or bland meals. With a few simple ingredients and the right approach, you can create dishes that are delicious, nourishing, and supportive of long-term glucose control. These meals don't just feed the body, they help restore balance, reduce stiffness, and encourage smoother blood sugar responses throughout the day. In today's video, we'll walk you through 5 omega-3 rich recipes that are easy to prepare, gentle on digestion, and packed with the nutrients your body needs to thrive. Whether you're cooking for yourself, your partner, or your whole family, these recipes will help you enjoy food again, not just for flavor, but for function. Each one is senior-friendly, inflammation-conscious, and backed by the latest research on how omega-3s support metabolic health. Let's get started and discover how every bite can bring you closer to steadier energy, a calmer body, and a stronger sense of well-being. Recipe number 1: baked salmon with Lemon-Dill Yogurt Sauce. When it comes to omega-3 rich foods, salmon remains one of the most accessible and impactful choices for older adults. It's packed with EPA and DHA, 2 types of omega-3 fatty acids that are especially effective at reducing inflammation, supporting blood vessel health, and improving insulin sensitivity. But salmon is more than just a healthy food. It's also satisfying, easy to prepare, and incredibly versatile in the kitchen. This particular recipe combines the richness of baked salmon with the freshness of a simple lemon-dill yogurt sauce, creating a meal that's light, anti-inflammatory, and perfectly balanced for blood sugar control. To make this dish, start by choosing a fresh or frozen fillet of wild-caught salmon, about 4 to 6 ounces per serving. Wild-caught varieties tend to have higher omega-3 content and a cleaner flavor. Place the salmon fillet on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper or lightly brushed with olive oil. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, 190 degrees Celsius. Before baking, season the salmon with a pinch of sea salt, a sprinkle of ground black pepper, and the zest of half a lemon. If you enjoy extra flavor, add a thin slice of lemon on top of the fillet while it bakes. Bake the salmon for 12 to 15 minutes, or until the flesh flakes easily with a fork and appears opaque in the center. Avoid overcooking, as this can dry out the delicate oils and reduce the texture's appeal. While the salmon bakes, prepare the yogurt sauce. In a small bowl, combine half cup of plain Greek yogurt, which adds a boost of protein without excess carbs, 1 tablespoon of freshly chopped dill, 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, and a pinch of garlic powder. Stir until smooth. This sauce not only enhances the taste but also supports digestion and satiety, 2 key components of glucose regulation. Once the salmon is done, plate it with a generous spoonful of the lemon-dill sauce on top. It pairs beautifully with a side of steamed broccoli, sautéed spinach, or roasted cauliflower, all low-carb vegetables that complement the anti-inflammatory effect of the meal. This dish isn't easy to cook. It's also backed by science. Omega-3s like those found in salmon have been shown in multiple studies to reduce insulin resistance, lower fasting triglycerides, and decrease markers of systemic inflammation, such as C-reactive protein. For older adults who may be dealing with joint pain, high blood sugar, or cardiovascular concerns, incorporating salmon into the diet even once or twice a week can offer measurable benefits over time. Take the example of Ruth Eldridge, a 77-year-old retired piano teacher from Spokane, Washington. Ruth had been experiencing morning stiffness in her joints and inconsistent blood sugar readings despite her best efforts to avoid sweets. After speaking with her dietitian, she began introducing omega-3 rich meals into her weekly routine, starting with this baked salmon recipe every Tuesday night. Within 6 weeks, Ruth noticed not only better post-meal energy, but also a reduction in her inflammation markers at her next checkup. It's comforting, it's filling, and I know I'm doing something good for my heart and my sugar, she said. For seniors with limited kitchen experience, this meal is beginner-friendly and requires only basic tools: an oven, a baking sheet, a mixing bowl, and a fork. No fancy cookware or techniques are necessary. And because it cooks quickly, it doesn't require prolonged standing, which can be a barrier for older adults with fatigue or joint discomfort. If chewing is a concern, the baked salmon can be flaked into small bites and mixed directly with the yogurt sauce to form a soft, textured, protein-rich mash that's easy on sensitive gums or dental issues. This dish also refrigerates well and can be eaten cold the next day, making it a great option for meal prepping. Just store the salmon and sauce separately and assemble when ready to eat. Ultimately, this baked salmon with Lemon-Dill Yogurt Sauce is more than just a meal. It's a nutrient-dense foundation for better metabolic health, delivered in a format that's simple, flavorful, and completely manageable for seniors looking to take a proactive step toward reducing inflammation and supporting healthy blood sugar. Recipe number 2, Chia Seed Pudding with almond milk and berries. Not every omega-3 rich meal has to involve fish or cooking over a hot stove. In fact, some of the most powerful anti-inflammatory foods can be found in the simplest breakfast or snack. That's exactly the case with chia seeds, which are one of the richest plant-based sources of alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a type of omega-3 that helps reduce inflammation, support blood vessel health, and improve insulin sensitivity. When combined with fiber-rich berries and unsweetened almond milk, chia seeds create a delicious pudding that's both blood sugar-friendly and satisfying, especially for older adults seeking a soft-textured, no-prep meal option. To prepare this recipe, start with just a few ingredients. In a small bowl or jar, combine 3 tablespoons of chia seeds with 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk. Stir well to prevent clumping. Then add a dash of vanilla extract and a light sprinkle of ground cinnamon, both of which help support blood sugar regulation and add natural flavor without the need for added sugars. Let the mixture sit for 5 minutes. Stir again and then cover and refrigerate for at least 3 hours, or overnight if you prefer a thicker consistency. Once the pudding has set, top it with a small handful of fresh berries, such as blueberries, raspberries, or blackberries. These fruits are naturally lower in sugar than other fruits and offer additional antioxidants, fiber, and compounds that may improve insulin response. For added texture and healthy fat, a teaspoon of chopped walnuts or slivered almonds can be sprinkled on top, or even a few unsweetened coconut flakes. What makes this recipe ideal for seniors is its gentleness on the digestive system, its naturally low glycemic load, and its rich combination of fiber, protein, and omega-3s. Chia seeds are unique in that they absorb many times their weight in liquid, forming a gel-like consistency that slows the digestion of carbohydrates, promotes fullness, and provides a steady release of energy. This means no blood sugar spikes and no crashes, just sustained support for glucose balance. Consider the story of Marjorie O'Donnell, an 82-year-old former high school counselor from Bend, Oregon. Marjorie was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes 5 years ago and had struggled to find a breakfast that didn't send her blood sugar soaring before noon. Her granddaughter, a nutrition student, suggested chia pudding as a no-cook alternative. Marjorie was hesitant. "It looked like frog eggs," she laughed, but after her first few bites, she was hooked. She prepared a few jars at a time, keeping them in the fridge for easy grab-and-go meals. Within weeks, her morning blood sugar readings had improved, and she reported fewer energy crashes and cravings before lunch. "It was the easiest change I've made," she said, "and one of the most effective." For seniors who may have chewing difficulties, chia pudding offers a soft, spoonable texture that requires little effort and minimal jaw strain. It's also a great option for those with limited appetite in the morning or after illness, providing concentrated nutrition in a small volume. Those concerned about taste can experiment by adding a few drops of stevia or monk fruit extract for sweetness without raising blood sugar. Some even enjoy mixing in a tablespoon of plain Greek yogurt for added creaminess and protein. The recipe is flexible and forgiving, perfect for seniors who want something nutritious without a complicated process. Storage is also simple. Chia pudding keeps well in the refrigerator for up to 4 days, making it an ideal option for meal prep or caregivers looking to support loved ones with diabetes or inflammation issues. Glass jars or small containers with lids are best to maintain freshness and portion control. Beyond its nutritional profile, this recipe offers something emotional as well, a sense of ease and predictability. For many seniors, especially those managing multiple health concerns, food can become a source of stress or restriction. But with recipes like this, eating becomes joyful again, a reminder that caring for the body doesn't mean giving up pleasure. It simply means choosing ingredients that serve a purpose and honor the body's changing needs. In the end, chia seed pudding with almond milk and berries is a humble but powerful recipe, one that invites nourishment, balance, and comfort back to the table, and delivers a daily dose of omega-3s with every bite. Recipe number 3, walnut-crusted baked chicken with steamed greens. Chicken is a staple in many households, especially among seniors who value familiar flavors, easy preparation, and lean protein. But while chicken is naturally low in fat and high in protein, it doesn't offer much in terms of omega-3s, unless we get a little creative. That's where walnut crusting comes in. Walnuts are among the richest plant-based sources of alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a type of omega-3 known to support cardiovascular health, reduce inflammation, and aid glucose metabolism. By coating chicken breasts in crushed walnuts, we transform a simple everyday dish into one that's both anti-inflammatory and blood sugar friendly. To prepare this meal, begin with boneless, skinless chicken breasts, about 4 to 6 ounces per serving. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, 109, and lightly grease a baking sheet with olive oil. In a food processor or by hand, finely crush 1 cup of raw, unsalted walnuts until the texture resembles coarse breadcrumbs. Mix in a pinch of garlic powder, dried thyme, a small amount of black pepper, and a teaspoon of ground flaxseed if available, another plant source of ALA omega-3s. In a separate shallow bowl, whisk 1 egg with a tablespoon of water. Dip each chicken breast into the egg mixture, then press into the walnut coating, making sure the surface is fully covered. Place the coated chicken pieces on the prepared baking sheet and bake for 25 to 30 minutes, or until the crust is golden brown and the internal temperature reaches 165 degrees Fahrenheit, 74 degrees. If you prefer extra crispiness, finish with a quick broil for the final 2 minutes. Just be careful not to burn the walnuts. While the chicken bakes, prepare a side of lightly steamed greens, such as Swiss chard, spinach, or kale. These leafy vegetables are low in carbohydrates but high in magnesium, vitamin K, and fiber, all of which support blood sugar stability and vascular health. A quick steam for 3 to 5 minutes preserves their nutrients and keeps the texture soft and digestible. For flavor, drizzle with a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil and a splash of lemon juice. This dish not only satisfies the appetite, but it also provides a steady, balanced mix of protein, fiber, healthy fats, and complex nutrients. It's a smart option for seniors looking to reduce reliance on red meat, cut back on processed carbs, and introduce more anti-inflammatory ingredients into everyday meals. One person who made this meal a regular favorite is Dennis Romero, a 75-year-old retired firefighter from Fresno, California. After suffering a minor heart attack and being diagnosed with prediabetes, Dennis committed to improving his diet, but struggled to find recipes that felt both healthy and hearty. His daughter, who lives with him, discovered this walnut-crusted chicken recipe and began preparing it once a week. At first, Dennis wasn't convinced. "Nuts on chicken?" he said. But after the first bite, he was sold. "It's crunchy, it's filling, and it doesn't taste like health food," he laughed. Over time, his cholesterol levels improved, and his glucose readings became more stable after meals. The best part? He didn't feel like he had to give anything up. For seniors with dental concerns, this dish can be adapted by finely chopping the walnuts or even using walnut flour for a softer texture. The chicken itself stays tender from baking, and the coating creates a satisfying contrast without being too hard on the teeth. Leftovers can also be stored easily and reheated without drying out, making it an excellent option for meal prep. Pair with roasted sweet potato wedges or quinoa for added variety, though those managing tighter glucose targets may prefer to keep it green and lean. This recipe also encourages mindful eating. Because of the texture, flavor, and richness of the walnuts, diners naturally slow down, chew more thoroughly, and feel satisfied with less. This built-in portion control is another reason why walnut-crusted chickens is such a valuable addition to the senior kitchen. It supports better digestion, balanced blood sugar, and a calmer eating experience. Ultimately, this dish is more than just a new way to eat chicken. It's a strategy for blending comfort and nutrition, tradition and innovation. And with every crunch of walnut and forkful of tender meat, seniors take one more step toward reduced inflammation, improved glucose control, and a plate full of vitality. Recipe number 4. Flaxseed oatmeal with ground cinnamon and sliced almonds. For many seniors, breakfast sets the tone for the entire day. It's the meal that determines whether energy will be steady or sluggish, and whether blood sugar will remain stable or fluctuate wildly. That's why choosing the right ingredients for the morning hours is so essential, especially for those managing insulin resistance, inflammation, or age-related fatigue. Among the most helpful additions to a morning routine is ground flaxseed, an excellent plant-based source of omega-3s that blends seamlessly into familiar meals like oatmeal. This flaxseed oatmeal recipe is warm, soothing, and incredibly nutrient-dense, making it an ideal start to the day for older adults looking to support blood sugar and joint health without sacrificing comfort or taste. Start by preparing half cup of old-fashioned rolled oats in your preferred method, either on the stovetop or in the microwave, using unsweetened almond milk or water as the liquid base. Almond milk adds creaminess without added sugar or lactose, making it a gentle alternative for those with sensitive digestion. Once the oats have softened to your desired texture, stir in 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed, 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and a dash of vanilla extract. Allow the flax to sit in the mixture for a minute or two. It will naturally thicken the oatmeal while adding a mild, nutty flavor. Top the bowl with a small handful of sliced almonds, which add both texture and healthy fats, as well as a sprinkle of fresh or frozen berries, like blueberries or raspberries, for an antioxidant boost. If extra sweetness is desired, consider adding a slice of banana or a few drops of stevia. Avoid syrups or brown sugar, which may spike blood sugar and counteract the benefits of this balanced bowl. What makes this recipe particularly effective is the combination of soluble fiber from oats, omega-3s from flaxseed, and the anti-inflammatory properties of cinnamon and almonds. Together, they create a synergistic effect, slowing glucose absorption, improving insulin response, and providing sustained energy without the mid-morning crash. Flaxseed's omega-3 content, specifically alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, has been shown to reduce markers of inflammation and improve heart health, both of which are closely tied to long-term glucose regulation. For someone like Inez Holloway, a 79-year-old retired landscape designer from Little Rock, Arkansas, this oatmeal has become a morning staple. Inez had long struggled with painful knees and unpredictable blood sugar levels, especially after carb-heavy breakfasts like toast or sugary cereals. Her granddaughter, a nurse, suggested trying oatmeal with flaxseed and cinnamon instead. At first, Inez was skeptical. "I thought it sounded like bird food," she joked. But after giving it a try and personalizing it with a few blueberries and almonds, she was hooked. "It kept me full for hours, and I didn't get that jittery feeling I used to get by 10 a.m., she shared. After 3 months, her fasting glucose levels had improved, and her doctor noted lower inflammation markers in her blood work. This dish is also wonderfully soft and easy to chew, which is ideal for seniors who may have dental concerns or decreased appetite in the morning. The warmth and aroma of cinnamon offer a comforting sensory experience that can help stimulate appetite in those who tend to skip breakfast. For caregivers or those cooking in advance, flaxseed oatmeal can be made ahead in larger batches and stored in the refrigerator for up to 3 days. A quick reheat in the microwave or on the stove with a splash of almond milk brings it right back to life. This convenience makes it a great choice for busy mornings, medication schedules, or anyone who prefers a low-effort but high-impact meal. Seniors looking to increase variety can switch up the toppings, try chopped walnuts instead of almonds, or stir in a spoonful of plain Greek yogurt for added protein. The base recipe is flexible enough to adapt, but strong enough to stand on its own. Ultimately, this flaxseed oatmeal recipe isn't just about breakfast. It's about restoring rhythm and resilience to the body. With every spoonful, it nourishes not just blood sugar and joints, but also the spirit, offering a moment of calm, warmth, and purpose to start the day. And when combined with the other omega-3 rich meals in this series, it becomes part of a broader approach to aging well, managing glucose, and staying vibrant from the inside out. Recipe number 5, avocado tuna salad with olive oil and herbs. For older adults looking to eat well without spending hours in the kitchen, tuna salad is a classic go-to. But many traditional versions rely on mayonnaise, which can be high in inflammatory fats and unnecessary additives. A better approach for those focused on reducing inflammation and improving blood sugar control is to swap the mayo for avocado and olive oil, both excellent sources of heart-healthy fats and plant-based omega-3s. Combined with wild-caught tuna, herbs, and a few blood sugar-friendly additions, this avocado tuna salad becomes a light, creamy, anti-inflammatory powerhouse that's both easy to prepare and deeply nourishing. To start, choose a can of wild-caught tuna packed in water, drained and flaked into a medium bowl. Next, take half of a ripe avocado, scoop it into the bowl, and mash it gently with a fork until it blends with the tuna. Add 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, a squeeze of fresh lemon juice, and ½ teaspoon of Dijon mustard for a subtle tang. Stir the mixture until it reaches a creamy consistency. From there, add flavor and nutrients with a small handful of finely chopped celery, red onion, and fresh parsley or dill. These ingredients not only enhance taste but also provide fiber, antioxidants, and natural anti-inflammatory compounds that complement the omega-3s in the dish. Season with a pinch of salt and freshly ground black pepper to taste. For extra texture, a few chopped walnuts or sunflower seeds can be sprinkled in right before serving. This salad can be enjoyed on its own, served over a bed of leafy greens, or scooped into lettuce cups or halved bell peppers for a satisfying low-carb meal. It's filling without being heavy, creamy without processed fats, and incredibly versatile for lunch or a light dinner. What makes this dish especially beneficial for seniors is the balance between protein, healthy fats, and slow-digesting fiber. Tuna provides lean, high-quality protein to support muscle maintenance and satiety. Avocado and olive oil supply monounsaturated fats and alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, both of which help reduce systemic inflammation and enhance insulin sensitivity. This combination promotes steady blood sugar levels and reduces the likelihood of post-meal spikes, a common concern for older adults managing diabetes or prediabetes. Take the example of Leroy Jackson, a 74-year-old retired mechanic from Mobile, Alabama. Leroy had always loved tuna sandwiches, but after his doctor recommended cutting back on bread and processed condiments due to rising A1C levels, he felt stuck. His granddaughter, a registered dietitian, introduced him to avocado tuna salad. At first, Leroy was doubtful. He'd never eaten avocado in his life. But with the olive oil and lemon juice tying everything together, he quickly warmed up to the taste. Within a few weeks of eating this version of tuna salad a couple of times per week, Leroy noticed fewer energy crashes in the afternoon and even began losing weight without trying. "It keeps me full, and I don't even miss the bread," he said. The texture of this recipe also makes it ideal for seniors with chewing difficulties. It can be mashed as finely as needed and doesn't require high heat, long cooking times, or heavy kitchen tools. For those living alone or with limited kitchen space, it's a perfect no-cook meal that takes less than 10 minutes to prepare and can be stored in the refrigerator for up to 2 days. Caregivers will also appreciate this recipe for its flexibility. It can be portioned into small containers for meal prep, and it pairs well with sides like cucumber slices, roasted zucchini, or a handful of baby spinach tossed in balsamic vinegar. It's also naturally gluten-free and dairy-free, making it easy to adapt for those with dietary restrictions. This dish isn't just convenient, it's strategic. Every ingredient serves a purpose, from the anti-inflammatory fats to the fiber-rich vegetables and the lean protein that supports stable energy. For seniors looking to build a meal plan that supports healthy aging, blood sugar balance, and heart health, avocado tuna salad delivers on all fronts. Ultimately, it's a meal that respects the palate and the body. Rich in flavor, calming to the system, and tailored for those who want to eat with intention without sacrificing enjoyment. One bite at a time, it helps bring omega-3s and glucose balance into everyday life, turning the act of eating into an act of healing. As we've seen throughout these 5 recipes, adding more omega-3s to your meals doesn't require complicated ingredients, expensive supplements, or drastic changes to your routine. It's about making thoughtful, gentle shifts, swapping the mayo for avocado, adding flaxseed to your oatmeal, or choosing salmon over processed meats. These are small, accessible steps that, when practiced consistently, can lead to noticeable improvements in how your body manages inflammation and regulates blood sugar. For older adults in particular, the relationship between food and health becomes more personal with every passing year. Energy, mobility, mood, and resilience are all deeply tied to what we eat. That's why omega-3s are such a valuable ally. They support everything from joint flexibility to heart rhythm to insulin sensitivity, without requiring extreme diets or rigid restrictions. The recipes we explored are designed not just for nutritional value, but for comfort, ease, and flavor. They're meant to invite joy back into your meals, to help you feel good after you eat, and to remind you that healthy eating can still be delicious, warm, and deeply satisfying. If you found this video helpful, we invite you to like, share, and subscribe to ActiveHealthCare, your go-to channel for simple, nourishing recipes and science-backed wellness guidance designed especially for older adults. Let us know in the comments which recipe you're most excited to try, Or share one of your own favorites that keeps you feeling balanced and strong. Because eating well in later life isn't about giving things up. It's about giving yourself more. More energy, more comfort, more confidence in your body's ability to heal, adapt, and thrive. And with every spoonful of flaxseed, every bite of salmon, every creamy avocado blend, you're taking a beautiful, intentional step toward a healthier you.